this is Tybierias. We're going to be flying around making some planets today. We're starting out by the Ryataru for my corp that we have launched out here in Rome. And first thing you got to know is you got to have everything you're going to need. I set up the spread of planets as 1 gas, 1 lava, 1 ocean, 1 plasma, and 2 temperate, because that's where all of your high-end manufacturing happens, so you want an extra one there. This spread of planets will give you everything you need for any level of PI. It's all based on a matter of how much of what you're trying to get. If you want to be more specialized and make 1 or 2 things for profit, plasma and lava both have a lot of high-end stuff they can make just by themselves. But if you want to have access to building anything you want, this is pretty much the general spread that everyone uses. So after you have those on the cargo hold, I have an Iteron Mark 5, 85s that I call them. It'll hold everything I need. Each one of these command centers is 1000 M3. And then you're going to go along and you open up your local solar system map. Go to your orbital bodies. We're going to be using the 2 temperates right here first. Right click, say view in planet mode. You do not have to warp to the planet to lay a command center. And so right here you can build a command center, and you can build it wherever you want, but in order to make it effective, you're going to want to come in, and let's see, this one, most of the time you're going to have to bring this way down. I'm in high sec, so just to see where these spots are, see all these red spots, that's where the most of it is. There's not very much on the autotrophs or complex organisms. And I'm going to say show other characters' networks. This is important, especially if you're going into low and null sec, because if other people are mining, they're going to mine out the stuff that you're looking to mine. And so it'll change on where you think you should put your command center. Notice the aqueous liquids, it's all going to go white except for the continents. And then you can stretch this up a little bit. You see more continent, less water. I'm going to actually look for some already made places. Alright, here we are. Right here you can see right here there's command center. And there's another one. Notice they look almost the same in setup. It's because of my other 2 accounts. So this is what I was looking for. This is where I want to build, because I've already established that this is where I have the most access to the most materials. So we're going to zoom out a little bit. Check those. The 2 that are lowest right here are the hot spots. You come back over to build. Click your temperate command center. You can build it out in the ocean. It'll float. Build it in the middle of the continent. It doesn't really matter. What matters is if you don't know who's mining what, you don't want to be right next to everyone else's stuff. I know that these 2 are mine, so I'm going to build right next to it right there. The other one goes away. You come in and you want to say upgrade. I have full levels, so I'm just going to do a full upgrade all the way. Now that's going to make it so I can build a whole bunch more stuff in my planetary colony. Click the upgrade button, click submit. So this is there. It's no longer in my cargo hold, it's on the planet. I did not warp to the planet, it's already there. Your extractor control units, you will want a minimum of 2. See how it's red? You can't build right on top of each other, so you want to go as close as you can. As soon as it's white, you click. Build a second one right next to it. Click. You want your processors, especially on temperate and barons, you have the high-tech processing. You don't want to build that right away. You want to do a storage unit first. And again, get it as close as possible. Make sure it's white. Then your processor, you notice it's advanced, then basically they did it alphabetically rather than in order. So do your basic first. And this is what's going to take the raw materials you're getting. It's going to turn it into a tier 1 basic refined production unit. Get it right there. Each of those will then dump into this storage unit. So you're going to keep everything in a single streamlined pattern. You have the advanced industry. Now you can put it back into a storage unit. I usually don't. Next one you want to use is a temperate launch pad. Everything's going to say temperate on it, so just use a launch pad. And then you go back to your processors, and your high-tech processor is going to go on the back end of this launch pad. So these two will take everything from the planet and give you resources, dump into here. This feeds each of these. They'll refine the materials, dump it into here. This one dumps to the next processor, which will combine the two that you're using. And then it dumps to the launch pad, which you can take it to space, take it back to your station to build whatever else you want. The only other thing you have to make sure you do is make a link connecting everything you have. And you don't have to connect every building to every building next to it, you just have to have a link so it's connected as a whole, kind of like roads in a city. If the road's not connected, you can't drive there. So make sure everything's connected, and this is what you will route everything through. As you route everything through, it becomes much easier because of the way I built this to have it streamlined. Now that everything's in place, everything that's yellow has not been built yet. If I hit cancel right here, that's all going to disappear. Hit submit, it all goes blue, it's all ready to go. You then come in, survey for deposits. I don't have any extractor heads installed, and I'm not surveying anything. And because what we're going for right now is fuel blocks, we need a lot of aqueous liquids. We need water. So I'm going to put in 2 extractor heads. This is currently running for 1 hour. If you click right about there, put it up a little bit. I'm going to go for 23 hours runtime on this. And this 23 hours runtime means I can come back tomorrow at the same time and it'll be done. So if you want to do this before you go to work in the morning, as soon as you get home from work at night, at 23 hours it'll be done at the same time every day, ready to go so you can update it when you get there. Move this part right up on the top, and because all of this is white, come back over to your scan screen, and we're going to make it a little more limited. And these are the extractor heads. You can move around. When you get close to the edge, it'll darken a circle. That's the extent of where you can put the extraction at. So you'll get a minimum of 7,000 units per hour for 23 hours. Up here where it's high, cycle 14-ish, 13, 14, I'm getting 34,000 units. That's, 10,000 units per hour average right there. 34,000 units total in the first 13 cycles. And a cycle for this is half an hour, I think. 15 minutes, half an hour. Right here, cycle time 15 minutes. Current cycle has not started. I can say install program. Nothing happens on a planet until you click submit. So then there's the second one. Nothing, no time to depletion. Nothing being extracted. Current cycle's not running. This one's 11 seconds in. This one's cycling. It'll be 23 hours. So you come to the second one. Put in your 2 extraction heads. Tell it to go for the aqueous liquids. Update that to 23 hours. Notice I'm only going to get 2,000 units per hour. Bring it over. Notice I'm spreading these out. They're not right on top of each other in like the most optimized central place. Because if you put it right over, you see the static right by that cursor. And there's red right here. That's negative percentage of what you're getting from where it's at. You want to make sure you don't have that negative percent. Get maximum yield. So bring that up, put that one right there. Ready to go, hit install. Hit submit. As soon as that's done, you're going to want to come in here. Choose your schematics you're going to be building. We're looking for water. You will then create a route from here to this storage unit. and it says that it's outgoing water. Well, that's great that we're outgoing water. We want to do the same thing over here. And this route is going to go there. Goes white, says it's possible. Create route, good to go. Again, they're yellow. Those routes have not been submitted. Because we're going to go through the whole thing. Right here we have products. This one's not routed. We need to create the route to dump it in that storage unit because it won't be able to fit everything straight to the processing units. Create the route. Same thing for the second extraction head. This is the part that can be confusing. There's aqueous liquids coming in from two sources. It doesn't really matter which one you click, but the incoming you need to create a route and tell it to go to the processor units. You can then come back in. You now have two incomings and one outgoing for the aqueous liquids, and it's transiting the water from this one all the way through over to this storage unit. Again, it doesn't matter which one you click because it's just going to take the raw aqueous liquids as a whole when it's in storage right here. And so all of a sudden you can come in, you can come click it again, click create route, send it to the other destination for the other processing unit, create it. You have two incoming, two outgoing, and then on this storage unit, your routes, you have two incoming from each processing unit. At that point, hit submit. Everything is now automated for the next 23 hours to get water into this storage unit. At this point, this planet has been completely set up in 12 minutes. It's running, it's producing, you're already making ISK. And then you can leave planet mode. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to come back out. I'm on Roan 1 right now. I'm going to go to Roan 2. View in planet mode. Zoom in a little bit so you can see what you're doing. I again already have a few things set up. I'm going to look for where they're at. I want to say they're somewhere on these little islands right in here. I actually have no clue where they're at, so we're just going to scan. Look for the most autotrophs we can. Looks like it's going to be somewhere in here. Complex organisms. Right down here. See, here's someone's spot. Alright, see this? That is a very large link. That's going to take a lot of CPU power for whoever's colony that is. And it's not even connected to anything. So that's really not an effective colony right there that whoever built. Alright, right here's two of them. And like again, you can see the same pattern. Very efficient, very effective pattern. Have everything go all the way through. This one looks apparently I screwed up, put a storage unit in rather than the high-end processing unit like should be right there. So we come to build, pick the command center, put in a template. We're just going to go right there next to the first two. Click it. Don't forget to do your upgrades. If you don't have level 5 on the command center upgrades, you won't be able to get all the upgrades out of it, which for a beginning stage it doesn't really matter. You only really need to be able to go to level 3 or 4. You know, these do plenty to get you where you need to get to be producing, but you need to at least be able to get this second level production or you won't have enough CPU to run all of your sites. As soon as you do have it to level 5, you want to just go ahead and upgrade everything. A command center level 6 is where you want to be. You can put in extra extraction heads, you can put in extra processing units, and it makes your production a lot faster. Upgrade, submit, always got to click submit. And then same thing, go back through. I'm going to do it real fast again, just second time so you can see what I'm doing. The annoying part here is you do have to go over and click the create link between every single link. And once all the links are put in place, you can see them between each building. You go ahead and click submit. Everything's built. Zoom out a little more, you can put your extraction heads in. And the accuracy, so you want to get the extraction head units above 100 if possible. If not, then you do whatever you can with the planets you have access to. But notice I'm only getting just under 6,000 units on this one. But that's way more than you really need per hour. You're not going to process that much that fast. So just go ahead, run that, install that program. Bring up the next one. Also, if you look right here, if I zoom in the right way, the less time you take, the extraction head will shrink. And if you set it to massive, it'll run for 10 days, 12 hours. I'm pretty sure you can max it out at 14 days. It'll run for 2 weeks. And it has this huge place that it's drawing from, but you have a super huge diminishing return. Like, it scales down really fast. So, you keep it about a day, and these blue ones, showing up at the end, there's not very many. And so again, like if you search a smaller area, you'll get more yield per hour per run. But then you have to come back and update it. Like I said, I do it every day before I go to work. It's not really that hard. I mean, I build the colonies in 10 minutes. It's about 5 minutes to update all of your colonies every day. Very effective, really cheap, really easy to get ISK. Install that program. Go ahead and click submit. That gets them started running. You look at the products, create the routes. Go to schematics, water, it takes just aqueous liquids. This one, go to the routes. Notice if you go to storage, there's nothing there. Go to routes. It knows there's stuff coming in, so you can create a route from there even though it's not there yet. Submit everything. You have incoming and outgoing, and then the transiting for the other station. and everything will dump to this storage unit. So yeah, that's about it. I'm going to go set up a few more planets and get the whole spread set up, and I'll come back in another video and show you how to do the next step. Peace.